We produce water from a massive, untapped reservoir. The air around us. Nature has been able to collect that water for millions of years. By looking at nature, we developed a textile that does exactly that. Oh, it's not going. I think this one is off. No. Ah, there it goes. You can use the textile in many different ways. You can put it around a tree, you can put it along a vineyard, you can put it on the soil, and it absorbs the water and releases the water directly to the roots every single day, using the natural cycles of day and night. You can buy this textile for €5.20 per square meter, and in return it will give you 1.3 liters per day. Fully off-grid, without adding any energy, and affordable. We bring water where there is no more. We focus first on the fruit and nut trees, and then in particular, we're focused on the Portugal, Spain, and South Africa markets, where currently there is an imminent water stress problem. The potential market is gigantic, and this is just the beachhead market that you're seeing up there. This just only includes the fruit and nut trees. So applying it to other markets, the market is huge. Obviously, the textile provides water directly to the roots of the tree, but also it protects against the sun, it prevents evaporation, and it allows you to go off-grid. You can put it anywhere you want. No water lines, no electricity lines. And our customers realize that, because it's a very sustainable way of irrigating your crops. Customers are telling us that they have to cut down their trees to save water for the other trees, or that their trees are dying. One almond tree has a revenue of €3,000, up to €6,000 per year. So the costs of losing a tree are gigantic. We focus on markets where you cannot just drill another well or be connected to municipality water. And then our product is by far the most economic that is around at the moment. In fact, our advanced systems will be able to compete with price against water wells. So you're thinking, how does this material work? Well, we spent quite a few years diving into that. Basically, it's a textile with like little hairs on it, like a coating. And at night, when temperatures are low, the hairs do like this, and they say to the water, come here, and they suck up all the water. The fibers literally swell up 4 times the normal size. And then, as the temperatures go up, the fibers automatically by themselves contract, because the little hairs, they go back like this, they coil up, and they repel the water. They become, as it's called, super hydrophobic. You can use it for many different ways, agriculture, but also land restoration. So we're talking with clients who do that, turning deserts back into fertile lands. You can make drinking water boxes of it. You can remove moist from the air. So far, we've performed 69 interviews with very positive responses. We're actually getting calls from around the whole world, from China, from the US, from Bulgaria, from Cape Verde. People ask us, when can you deliver your product? We have pilot projects planned for beginning next year. We're talking now with potential pilot partners in landscape regeneration and in new trees and old trees development. We expect to make 1.3 euros per square meter. And with 10 million products in year 5, we'll make a profit of about 13 million euros. The climate impact is massive. It actually works in 2 ways. First of all, the CO2 footprint of the water that's produced with our system is 20 times lower than with a desalination plant. But also, by saving trees and making new ones, we actively absorb CO2 from the system. Our CO2 impact will be up to about nearly 800,000 tons in year 5. This is the team that's going to do it. We have a very complementary team. I'm actually an oil man gone green, helped scale up the ocean cleanup. Dr. Katarina is the world leader in chemistry on terms of thermosensitive materials, and Koert is a serial entrepreneur. We want to provide affordable water for everyone, and we hope you can join us with that. Thank you.
First one's always the hardest. Well done.
I'm happy that I could go first.
Yeah, of course. Questions from the jury? Don, question?
Sure. So you had 3 customers on your customer slide. I'm wondering, who is your best customer? Can you talk to us a little bit about that sales process? What's the sales cycle look like for that customer?
Well, we don't have a deal sealed with them yet because we're still in the development phase. So we are now actually, 2 days ago, we developed our first minimum viable product. And that we are going to, so that was really great together with our research firm in Germany. And that's where we're going to go out now and really test it out with our customers. But we have quite a few people who say, once you have it, I want to use it. They actually wanted it before, and now in April we're going to put it around little trees that are growing and start the pilot.
Okay. Yeah, Ashwin. Orpheus?
Is there a threshold for the relative humidity at which this can work?
Absolutely. There is 70% is a threshold for the relative humidity. We have made maps of our beachhead markets, so Portugal, Spain, and South Africa. And actually, in most parts, like 80% of the country, the relative humidity, even in summer, is above 70% during the night, because we use the natural cycles of day and night. So it's actually great. So it would work all there. And it only needs like half an hour to absorb it.
But these are still places where it doesn't rain enough, despite having high levels of relative humidity.
Yeah, so sorry, could you repeat your question?
I mean, if the relative humidity is already high, I would expect that it rains a reasonable amount too.
No, not necessarily. So there are quite a few areas, like in Spain and in Portugal, where it's very, very dry. Reservoirs are emptying up. However, there still is a lot of humidity in the air. And actually, that's how the whole thing started. We were traveling through Portugal and saw in the morning all the dew. I thought, hey, we should do something about it. Then I knew from the blue economy about that. That's how it got going.
Okay. Peace?
Yes.
Last question?
It wasn't very clear. Maybe you can explain the customer segments that you're actually going to be addressing, the specific customer segments.
Okay.
And what are your delivery mechanisms? How are you going to get this to those segments?
All right. So our first segment is, sorry?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Our first segment is the fruit and nut trees, because they are generally the same people who do that. So the pilots we do ourselves together with them, and then we want to work with agricultural distributors.
And a second? That was it.
That's it.
Okay, because then Kirsten still has space for a question.
Yeah.
Last question. How do you make it, and are there unintended consequences in the manufacture?
We make it by, you have the textile goes through like baths with several different steps. Those are a bit secret. But, and then you wash it off, and then it's there. And we haven't found any negative parts of it. The coating is actually a polymer, which breaks down in C's and H's in those.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.